On the edge of the Yorkshire moors is the picturesque town of Kirby Moorside, home to auctioneer Angus Ashworth. He's on a mission to help celebrities...
Hello! Welcome to my humble home.
Hello!
Hello!
...turn their odds and ends...
It's just sat there, collecting dust.
It's valuable and should be looked after. Of course, we just use it for a fruit bowl.
...into piles of cash.
£200 to £300 there, maybe £300 to £500.
So that might fetch a couple of quid.
It would.
Come along as he visits their homes.
Welcome to West Sussex.
You're very welcome, sir, very welcome.
Welcome to Shea McGee.
What a wonderful place.
And uses his expert knowledge...
They're one of the nicest things I've seen in a long time.
...to uncover hidden gems...
There is something else I think will excite you. Very glamorous.
And I had some big earrings. I was really showing off.
Sentimental family heirlooms...
They were my granddad. My granddad was my hero.
...and the just plain weird.
Do you like my lips?
Very nice lips.
Children's shoes, which are a little bit spooky.
Then invites them back to his Yorkshire Auction House...
And that's paid for my dinner.
...to watch him put them under his gavel.
32 is then at £32. We all done at 32. Five's it now, £35 anyway.
Angus started his auctioneering career at just 16 years old, and he has run the auction house for the last 12 years. So Angus knows hidden treasure when he sees it.
A very tricky part of the job is managing people's expectations, and quite often people think that things that are really old are hugely valuable, and that's not always the case. Sometimes there's items that they think are worth pence, and actually they're very valuable pieces. They're usually quite happy about that.
Today he's meeting a celebrity who hopes his bits and bobs will make a good impression on Angus.
Right.
Go on.
Lancashire.
Just over the border.
Yeah. But he's all right. He's a good guy who we're going to go see. John Coleshaw.
It does impressions.
He does, yeah. Yeah, he's a really funny guy. It'll be really good.
Ah.
I think we'll have a right laugh, yeah. He's having a bit of a sort out in his house, got a few things to get rid of. Yeah. Right, I'll let you get packed up and you can follow me on.
Leaving Yorkshire, it's a 2.5-hour drive to the home of one of Britain's best impressionists.
You know, Lord Sugar, you would have him doing that or you're fired.
John Coleshaw has been a star of television, film and radio for over 20 years, and his love for his takes on famous faces from politicians to musicians and film stars, as well as his voice work on Spitting Image and Doctor Who.
We're living through the worst constitutional crisis in American history.
He once actually rang up Downing Street, pretending to be William Hague to speak to Tony Blair. And he got through.
You could cause some problems there, couldn't you?
Nobody can impersonate me.
Oh, just a lovely bit of militaria.
I don't speak like that, Pete.
I know you don't. It's the closest I'm getting.
The team are travelling to John's hometown of Ormskirk, where he has lived for the last few years after moving back from London. He's hoping Angus and the boys can help him with a much-needed clear-out.
After I'd moved, a lot of stuff I brought with me. A lot of stuff from my mum and dad's came here as well, and it was just sort of a capacity where things were just feeling a bit cluttered. As for the proceeds, I think I'll have a word with my friend at Variety, the children's charity, and yeah, something for them.
I spoke to him on the phone.
Ah, but did you really speak to him on the phone?
I spoke to somebody who said they were John Coleshaw. And he said he's got a big old sort of like Victorian manor house.
At least with all that, which is the doorways are nice and wide. Yeah.
Angus arrives ahead of the lads, keen to meet the celebrity that calls this Victorian house a home.
Angus, how are you?
Oh, very well, thank you very much.
Coming out of the drizzle.
What a wonderful house you've got.
Well, you're very welcome, sir, very welcome.
And you're thinking of having a bit of a sort of a sort out?
I think all the stuff I moved from London, there's just a wee bit much. Yeah. Certain things, you know, the dining table in there, it might sort of suit the Cabinet War Office. But it's a bit cumbersome for an... It's a bit Boris Johnson for my... So it's got to go. Ah.
Brilliant. Well, I suppose we must have a look round and see potentially what you'd like us to...
I will be fascinated.
Brilliant. Well,
I'll be fascinated.
lead on. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, in episodes of Doctor Who, the Doctor would go, ah. I would always mimic people when I was growing up, especially around here in Lancashire. People were, you know, so rich in their personality, you know. This kind of thing, you can't help but copy it, you know. And it made everybody smile and made everybody laugh. And I thought, oh, this is rather nice. I'll do it all the more. And it just made for merry moments.
Fantastic room.
Well, the first thing that I'd wondered about, this is that big table.
Okay.
Which is a nice old thing, but it's just a bit cumbersome. So,
10 chairs, two carvers.
It's about as long as Guernsey. But,
is it something you've had a long time, or family piece, or...?
Well, it was here, it came with the house. My dad was a craftsman, carpenter, joiner.
Yeah.
So he did love the woodwork, and my mum thought this was quite, fancy table, yes. My parents had their 60th wedding anniversary around that table. So I'm full of happy memories of the happy occasions that have gone on around it.
I mean, absolutely fine. The market for it's not great. It's that, well, it's Victorian style, that's not the current fashion. We can certainly take it, but it's not going to do a great deal of money.
That's okay, it's a bargain for somebody. Let's tell boys, cheap table around which I can do my deals, huzzah!
And this is more your style, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Danish, sort of 1960s.
Yeah.
So quite nice, and this is the sort of thing that's become quite fashionable again, so...
Maybe I'll move that on to somebody who might enjoy it.
That'll do all right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether this might be the thing, but there's some Doctor Who vinyl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A keen astronomer and lifelong Doctor Who fan, John has lent his voice to many of the series' audiobooks and even appeared on Celebrity Mastermind with Doctor Who as his specialist subject.
A lot of them are brand new.
Okay,
but it might be quite nice. I'm sure some fans would love
definitely.
That. I've always loved Doctor Who, the imagination and the sense of possibility in it. You can go any place in the universe and at any time in that place's existence. It just captures the imagination.
It was always, you know, originally, and then it had a real big resurgence, didn't it? And, you know, become a massive thing.
Yes, it was amazing.
They'd be absolutely fine, yeah. Vinyls become really collectible again, and Doctor Who bits, well, Doctor Who has become huge. It was big back in the day when I was a child, but it's been all remastered, and we've got the new Doctor Who series. So there's a lot of fans out there, and it's such an iconic theme tune that, you know, I think it could sell reasonably well. Brilliant, fantastic. And there's some other bits in the house?
Indeed.
Yeah, excellent.
Pete and Gary have arrived, and with the boys now on site, it's time for a greeting John Culshaw style.
Right, lads. This is the first new stuff we're going to clear out.
Thank you so much. Great to see you. I've been informed that the Prime Minister would like to say a very hearty thank you very much for the splendid the way we'll move things on and everything. I'm really first class, absolutely get it here.
And the Donald is very, very happy. The Donald is very in awe of these splendid gentlemen who will take everything out of this place, everything out of here, and turn this into the finest Trump casino, steakhouse, and golf course anywhere in Arizona.
Lads, this is John Culshaw. Shall we go in?
Right, we'll have a look.
While the boys get to work at last, John and Angus get back to their tour.
I mean, the cellars and the cellars.
But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff down here. I should have dusted it.
There's certainly a lot of stuff.
Oh, is this potentially to go?
Yep.
Oh, well, you like this?
This is the glass.
Yep. Sits in clear glass. Sometimes they have a smoked glass, but that's very classic sort of G-plan. These have become really popular in the last sort of 5 years. G-plan is a brand, it's a type of furniture, that sort of 1970s teak. Very symbolic in its style and look, fairly good quality.
The coffee table is a great find. What other treasures are hiding in John's cellar?
You probably spotted those things in there.
I did, yeah. I take it they go out at Christmas in the grounds.
They've been in the cellar here for all the 15 years I've been here.
You've never had them out?
No. Just never got round to it, really.
Prices won't be great, but yeah, they're a great bit of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
We can happily take them. I mean, if they've been sat there for 15 years.
They have. I think they need to be seen. I think people need to skip round them joyfully.
There's no time for skipping for Pete and Gary as they continue to load the furniture.
Anything else?
I suggest we go and find out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Finally, the table is loaded onto the van, but they haven't quite finished yet.
Pete, Gary, come on. Right to the top floor.
Top floor?
Yeah, come on. Last few bits, come on.
They're not a stair lift.
I think this is probably the last few bits.
Right.
So,
All right, then.
yeah, there's these two. They're really quite nice, actually. Little sort of tie tables with the chrome frames on them, so they're really good. Little chairs. And I think that's about it. So we're all right for space on the van, won't we?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we won't have to force it in then, will we?
No.
Somebody say the force. Oh my God.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah. I've forgotten how to write, but Sharon said I'm so wise now, I should become a Jedi Knight. So I have. And she's got the pet chihuahua, so I've got my pet giant woolly mammoth. Yeah. This is Dave. I just want to say thanks so much for being so awesome, carrying everything. And Dave's made up.
I've had an absolutely fantastic day. He's so much fun. We've got a fairly full van, and I think for me the best bit in terms of a commercial point of view is the chrome-framed coffee tables with the smoked glass tops. They'll sell particularly well. There's a lot of things to sort through. The lads have got a crack on.
With the van finally filled, and not a moment too soon, Pete and Gary head back to North Yorkshire.
Well, John, we've cleared some space for you.
There, look at that. That table was the first thing that was in there, and it has served us very, very well. But some happy memories of it, and now someone else can enjoy that.
John, look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
One of the most fun collections I've ever done. He's fantastic, so I really want to do a great job for him, and hopefully we'll generate a bit of money.
Back in Kirby Moorside, the work begins to prepare John Culshaw's lots for auction. Each item that comes through the auction house must be examined by a specialist member of the team who writes a description for bidders and photographs the item.
It's flashing.
All electrical items must be tested and certified safe for use, a job which today falls to outdoor sales manager Mark and accounts clerk Claire.
Oh, I do love Christmas.
Yeah, I do actually.
Do you? When do you put your Christmas tree up, Mark?
That does work. We usually, about mid-December, we put ours up.
Oh, I'm first.
Oh, yeah.
1st of December, if not earlier, if I can get away with it. Yes, that one works.
Once the process is completed, the catalogue is available for potential bidders to view 1 week before the auction. As the staff at Rydale prepare for today's sale, Angus is awaiting his guest of honour.
John Colshaw's probably the person I'm most looking forward to having at auction day because he's just brilliant. He's such a talent. We've got a mixture of items from him. I don't think we're going to do fortunes, but, you know, it was about clearing out and thinning out the house and, you know, hopefully we'll manage to do that.
Keen to make a good impression, John has arrived early.
Which is very exciting.
Is it?
It is, yes. Auctions are so watchable.
Yeah.
I've been so looking forward to auction day, so full of anticipation, wondering how things are going to do, wondering which new homes all of these items are going to go to. So I'm really looking forward to watching Angus at work.
Hopefully we'll get some bids on your items, but...
Well, we'll see,
no.
we'll see.
No, I mean, I just don't know. It's not really Christmas time, so I'm not sure how the Christmas lights will fare.
Oh, if 40 pence will
40
do.
pence?
Let's have a reserve of 40 pence for those. I'm just glad of the space, to be honest.
So, yeah, no, we've had a bit of interest, and I think it'd be fun.
With the auction about to begin, potential bidders have taken their seats in the sales room. There are over 400 lots in today's sale. Helping Angus on the rostrum and keeping an eye on online bids are clerks Emma and Heather, whilst Pete is on porter duty. John's role in today's auction is a spectator, but it looks like some entertainers can't resist a crowd.
I've just got to step in here because this fella, what a fantastic auctioneer this young man is, and I'm going to poach him for Dickinson's real deal.
Am I allowed to actually have a go at this?
Jump in, I'll keep you straight.
OK, OK.
So there's your gavel.
Oh, look at that.
So
look at that. I don't juggle it like you do. OK, right, auctioneer mode. So we're going to do the right thing. I'm going to try and talk like you, like that lovely Yorkshire lilt, that lovely no nonsense, and then we're going to cause into that bit. Into that bit, £38, £38, into the bit, 40, 75, 75, 95, 95, 40 pounds,
55.
I think 55 now. I think I probably better go and do this properly, otherwise the bidders are going to get very, very irritated indeed. I've turned into a horse racing commentator. That is totally the wrong genre. I will hand you back over to Angus now.
What a Bobby Dazzler this fellow is. Get your bids in. That's going to be the real deal.
Go on then, sell it. Sell it.
£60, there we are.
There we go, 55.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you know,
I'm
excellent,
so sorry.
thank you very much.
Do apologise.
Angus might have been impressed with John's skills, but now it's time to show him how it's really done, as John's lots begin.
Interesting little lot there, £20 start me supposing.
Ready to
£20,
rumble.
£20 it now, £20.
John has 19 lots in today's sale. First up, the lights that have spent 15 years in his cellar. Will Christmas come early for some lucky bidder?
First of all, we've got the Christmas lights, and we can open at £20, 22,
Really?
£22
Wow.
at 22 for the Christmas lights, at 22, 25, 28, 32, 32, 32, 35, 38, 42, £42, at £42 it is, then at 58, £48 at 48 it is, then at 48, 50 at 50 with me, at £50 the gavel is up for the Christmas train at £50. Thank you.
Someone was in the festive mood. Next, the reindeer.
Lights up reindeer there. I've got £30 bid. £30 at 30 for the deer. At £30, 32, 32, £32 it is, then at £32 at 32. It's not deer, this. £35 at 35 it is, £38. Yes, 40 in the room. £40 at 40 it is, then at 40. 2, 5, 45. 45, 48, 50. £50 it is, then at 50. At £50.
That's brought a bit of festive cheer to the early autumn.
Now for John's Victorian reproduction family dining table.
£100 start me. Worth that all day long. 100 a bid, thank you. 100 a bid. There it is. At £100 it is. At £100 at £100 for all this table and chairs. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. One more for you, is it now? At 150, 160, 160 it is. Then at £160 it is. Then at £160.
160.
Sold to an online bidder. Next up, memorabilia and sci-fi fan John's limited edition Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy LPs.
There we go. At £200 at 200. Thank you.
Followed by his Doctor Who soundtracks.
£50 start me. 55, 65. We're all done. At 65. Gavel is up. I'm going to sell at 65.
Rattling through, isn't it? Rattling through.
Oh, is that a cup of tea? I get well looked after, look. Thank you, Charlotte.
Now it's the turn of John's furniture, and he has an interesting mix of styles up for grabs.
34-inch screen, £65. The Regency style two-tier occasional table at £25. Mid-century cabinet at £360.
Jolly good. That went very, very quickly.
Lot number
You never know what to expect. But it went boom, 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 boom.
is
Next up, the unwanted finds that Angus thinks will make a small fortune, the chrome frame tables.
They are lovely. There we go. Where should be for this? 160, 180, 180 it's at now, 180, 190, 190, 200, 210, 210 it is, then at 210. At 210 the pair at 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300. At £300 it is the pair. Any advance? At £300. At £300. At £300 it is, then at 300 we're selling at £300.
And last up, the G-Plan Astro coffee table, made here in the UK.
I've got 2 bids of £15.
That's nice.
We go up to 28, 30, 2, 5, 8, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5, 80, 85, 90, 95, £100 with me at 100, 110. Commissions are out, 110 on the net, then at £110 it is, then at 110. 120 anywhere, 120. Fresh bid at 120, at 120 it is, then at £120. We're all done at £120 for the coffee table at 120. All done, gavel up, final call at 120.
Wow, it's so quick. It's so quick.
At £120, the G-Plan table John had hiding in his cellar sold for a whopping 4 times its estimate.
Bravo, sir, bravo. It's so exciting to watch.
Yeah, good.
It's like a day at the races. It really is. You're on the... It's great sport. It is a brilliant sport.
No, it's fantastic. You'll be pleased to know your table and chairs, that'll be going to America.
It's going to need a big jiffy bag to get that across.
So yeah, it's amazing where stuff goes. So
that's a lovely part of the story, isn't it? To know that that's going to the States. You never know, do you? You never know.
So, would you like to know what you're walking away with?
Yes, let's find out. Let's find out what the score is.
1,449.
1,000. Oh, well, that's fantastic. Well, I'll get in touch with the Variety, the children's charity, and they can have that.
Oh, well, that is so kind of you to do
Not
that.
at all. And it's so wonderful. As I say, I was looking to move a bit of stuff on, and it's just a perfect way to do it.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, John. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thanks for letting me have a go as
No,
well.
thank you. Brilliant. Thanks a lot. Take care.
All right, all the best.
Bye.
It's fantastic being at the auction. It's lovely to know that all these various items, they're all going to new homes to start a new life and a new chapter.
At the auction house, everyone has their area of expertise. For trainee valuer and cataloguer Harriet, it's vintage and antique jewellery with a special interest in silver. She's the perfect person for today's clearance job.
You all right, H?
What are you eating?
There's a croissant.
Is there any left?
You've
You've eaten the whole bag?
Well, I've got one for you for the van. Because I'll be driving, so I can't eat and drive, can I?
Where are we driving?
Well, I'm taking for a day out. We're going across the Pennines.
Nice.
So we're going to go see Catherine Tilsley.
Oh, cool. She's on, or was on, Coronation Street.
That's right, yep.
Nice.
And she's done a lot of other stuff. She said she's got some jewellery, so
Great.
thought, you know, take our jewellery person.
Me.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
Come on then,
cool.
I'll drive.
Grand.
It's a 2-hour drive to the Soap Stars house. Let's hope they have enough croissants for the journey.
Right, H, have you got your passport to get into Lancashire?
Oh, border control.
Angus and Harriet are heading to Manchester, home to soap star Catherine Tilsley.
That would be lovely.
Actress, singer, dancer and model, Catherine is a woman of many talents. From the cobbles of Corrie to the glitz of Strictly Ballroom, Catherine is a cherished entertainer and a proud Lancashire lass to boot.
So we spent most of last year renovating the house and redecorating. It's the right time now for me to have a bit of a clear out and get sorted and try not to hoard anything. The money raised will go straight back into the diocese charities where my parents work. So it will probably go to the children's charity at their local diocese.
Catherine's keen for Angus to sell some of her jewellery, so Harriet, with her jewellery expertise, is the perfect person to bring along for the ride.
I'm super excited to see what jewellery she's got.
I know. I don't know what she'll have, whether it'll be quite modern or, you know, there'll be some antique bits in there. So yeah, you'll have to keep your eagle eyes pointed out for anything that stands out, H. Alright, here we are. God, it's bumpy, isn't it?
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi guys, come through. Welcome. I'm really excited. I mean, I don't know if you're going to like what I've got, but I'm intrigued to learn more.
I'm already looking round and spotting things, eh?
Corrie, little nod.
Yeah. Well, you have to, don't you?
I was at Coronation Street for a long time, almost 7 years, and I loved it. It was lovely to be part of well, an institution, you know. To have a character that evolves over the course of 7 years is pretty special.
Wow, what a lovely room.
Thank you. I've brought down some jewellery. Now, these are just pieces that over the years I've spotted and I've liked.
Okay.
I've no idea about anything about them.
Yeah.
I just like them.
Okay.
If I'm walking past an antique shop or a charity shop or a car boot sale, I am like a magpie. I just love a little rummage around antique shops for jewellery.
There's one piece in particular that's caught Harriet's eye.
Yeah, it's a stamped sterling on the end. So sterling silver, that's lovely. Oh, and a CH.
Have you found it?
CH.
Oh, there we go.
There we are. Yeah, a little CH on there.
The brooch was made by Yorkshire silversmith Charles Horner.
So it's really exciting that we found this Charles Horner brooch. He himself was from West Yorkshire, was really famous for the kind of Art Nouveau style silver and enamel kind of brooches, hat pins. It's a really signature piece of his, so a really lucky find, I think.
I love that. I think it's gorgeous, really delicate.
They struck gold, or silver, already.
That's fairly modern. What we'd have to do is we'd test that to make sure if it's diamond, because obviously that makes quite a big difference. But that's a nice, pretty,
yeah,
you know, quite elegant little piece.
My family are quite religious.
Okay.
And I believe that this is Stanhope set of rosary beads. So the Stanhope rosary beads were found when my mum was clearing out a friend's place. And we're from a very big Catholic family. A lot of my mum's friends are very Catholic, and we found these rosary beads. I'm pretty sure they're made from bone.
So, let's see what the picture is of. A landscape of some sort. Yeah, they're quite collectible. It's probably carved bone. Stanhope, in very basic terms, it's like a magnifying glass with a picture painted on it, and it could be a landscape, a print that's stuck to it. So it's tiny, but when you look through it, you can see this picture. It's just a nice added feature. It takes something relatively ordinary and just lifts it to another level. I mean, there's probably about sort of 100, 150 in total there. Yeah. So.
Right, but you know, like some of those I've just picked up at car boots and, you know, for like a £5 and stuff, so
you're a keen car booter?
Oh, I love a car boot. I drive my husband mad, but I end up coming back with more stuff than I went. I'm like, look at this, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Catherine's got a mixed selection of items, particularly that Charles Horner brooch. I mean, very, very collectible as Charles Horner, so that's a good little gem.
But it isn't just jewellery that Catherine wants Angus to cast his expert eye over.
Okay, so this is my husband's office.
Wonderful, we'll take it all.
Take it all. We've got a few bits in here. These children's shoes, which are a little bit spooky, but when I saw them, I hadn't long since had my little boy, and I just thought they were really sweet. They look so uncomfortable. They're tiny, and they're in really good condition, and I had to have them. They're one of my more favourite items, but my husband hates them. He's like, it's creepy old shoes. So yeah, we've come to the conclusion that they're going to go.
They're an industrial shoe, they're a worker's shoe, and so a bit like a modern safety shoe today, because they're hard wearing, you know, you had these big wooden soles on them, and then they were shod in metal. And actually little ones like this do sell really well. So these are very much part of your heritage, because these are Lancashire clogs. You know, they're an old thing, you know. These will probably be sort of late Victorian, early Edwardian. They're really quite sweet.
In Victorian times, children as young as 8 would have worked in Lancashire cotton mills, cleaning underneath the machinery.
I mean, I can see them at sort of 50 to 80, 60 to 80 pounds, and yeah, really quite nice.
The information that man's brain holds is Amazing. I could listen to him all day.
And from social history to family history.
Now, I just love this. Open that up for you. So my granddad was my hero. He emigrated to Tasmania when he was younger, and he acquired these bowling balls, these bowls, back then. And unfortunately, we lost my granddad a few years back. So yeah, they were my granddad's. There's some old polish in there and bits and bobs. A lot of my family went over to Australia in the 70s when it was like 40 quid on the boat. Everyone went, why wouldn't you? So everyone went over, and my granddad stayed there for a long time. And we in turn emigrated to Australia when I was a child, and so we had a bit of time out there as well. He acquired the bowling balls over there. It's time for us as a family to let them go, and hopefully to somebody that will use them, somebody that likes to bowl.
Fantastic. I mean, they've got the Australian kite mark on it there. And, you know, bowls has become quite popular again. They are quite heavy, and the bag's sort of a Gladstone-style bag. And they do sell. I mean, you wouldn't want to be transporting them back now from...
no, you wouldn't.
You know,
cost you a fortune.
That'd be your whole luggage allowance in there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I love some of the items of Catherine's, and it's that personal history about them, but the value. You know, ultimately I've got to make as much money as I can for Catherine, and these aren't necessarily the most valuable of items. So I want to do well for her, but it might be a bit of a challenge. And hopefully that necklace is diamond, because that'll sell well.
Angus and Harriet get to work packing Catherine's precious items for transport back to Rydale, where they'll be catalogued ready for auction. Whilst Angus takes the larger items, Harriet focuses on the delicates.
You're not bad at this, wrapping up in, it's like working in a fish and chip shop, isn't it?
Do you know I actually worked in a fish and chip shop once?
I did not know that, no.
Yeah, I worked there for 4 hours and then they sent me home.
All right.
I think I got fired.
I think you're better suited to jewellery than, you know, fish and chips.
Me too. I was young at the time, but...
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Once Harriet has finished wrapping, it's time to load Catherine's 9 items into the van. It's a smaller clearance for Angus and Harriet, but one full of pieces which hold special memories for Catherine.
One of the fundamental things you've got to remember when you're in this sort of business is that you're handling other people's items. And although monetary value might not be huge, there's often a big sentimental value for people. Like that bowls, that was told a story of her grandfather. And you know, you've got to bear that in mind, that these mean things to people. So you've got to be sensitive and, you know, look after things.
Catherine's items are packed and ready to go.
I've absolutely loved it. I feel like I've learned so much from you both. Thank you.
Well, no, thank you so much. You've looked after us really well, and we'll see you on auction day.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Although I love antique shops and car boots, I've never been to an antiques auction. There's been a couple of times when I've tried to go and my husband has stopped me because he thinks I'd be a little bit too enthusiastic. So we'll see. I might end up spending more money than I make.
The pair have arrived back at the auction house, and Angus has left Harriet to unload the van as he can't wait a moment longer to find out if the necklace that looks like a diamond is genuine.
Well, Catherine had all these bits of jewellery, and, you know, this looks like a diamond, but we'd have to test it.
Angus is using a diamond selector testing device. But is this stone the real deal?
Just up here, please.
Grand.
Okay. So, what do you think?
Well,
We've got this one.
did she have really little feet or something? Because, I mean...
Angus really liked them as well. I think they're quite cute. And now we've got some interesting things here as well. There's some hat pins. So they would slip in the front of your hat.
Right.
Like this. So if you think of in the old days, they would have had really large hats, really large wigs probably initially. So they would need to go all the way through. And at one point, they were probably used as defensive weapons. So they actually brought in legislation to make sure that they weren't too long. So you could be stopped by a policeman and they'd be measuring your hat pin. So yeah, we'll just crack on and get cataloguing. Cool. Thank you very much for your help.
No worries. See you in a bit.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Angus is putting one of his favourite gadgets through its paces, the diamond tester. which measures how fast heat passes through a stone, a different rate for each gem.
So that's telling us that it's diamond, which is good. This is going to be her most valuable piece that she's got in. A little pendant like that, we're probably looking about sort of 150 to 200. You never know what you're going to find when you go into a house or when you go through a jewellery box. You might think it's all sort of dress, costumey jewellery, and it happens time and time again that we pull something out that's actually worth quite a bit of money. That's where the work comes in. Harriet and the rest of the team, they'll go through, they'll check all the hallmarks, they'll make sure we don't miss any stuff. Our job is to get the best price for the client, and we've got to find those hidden gems.
$452 here is really low.
On the morning of the auction, Catherine has brought two very special and very excitable people along to see how her items get on, her mum and dad.
Nice to meet you. You all right?
Hello.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Oh, we can't wait.
I'm really, really looking forward to this.
You've not slept for a week, have you, Mum?
That's a slight exaggeration. Catherine, as a child, really funny. I have to say, well, that's she used to have us howling, didn't she, with a sense of humour, and her timing was great. And she wasn't very good at tidying up at all.
Never tidied up.
Yeah, she's very messy.
Hopefully Janet doesn't have an issue with Rydale's eclectic look.
Oh my word. Wow, look at that. Oh, we used to have these. My mum and dad used to have these.
Did you?
Measuring boots.
Measuring boots?
Yeah, for whiskey or for whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
As in fill your boots?
Oh, yeah. Never thought of that.
There you go.
Before the auction begins, potential bidders can have a look at what's going under the gavel in today's sale. Catherine's mum, Janet, is making the most of it.
Oh, look, goes under.
I beg your pardon?
It goes under.
Bless you.
What is it? It's a potty.
Oh, a potty. Oh, well, maybe don't touch it. Angus is going to have nothing left to sell the way my mum's going on. Harriet.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You excited?
I'm so excited.
Yeah?
I'm a little bit nervous, but the overall feeling is excited.
Yeah.
Has there been any interest?
There has, actually. I've had a lot of emails that have come through about the brooch. A few of them are asking about the history of the piece as well.
OK, that's exciting. This might go well.
Yeah, I think
it's very
will.
encouraging.
You've obviously got good taste.
Well, there you go. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but...
Oh, she's gorgeous.
This is the trouble with bringing my parental unit to auction. They're buying everything.
Oh, put that.
Brilliant. It's like having kids.
Yeah, but come in. That one, and the big one.
Joining Angus on the rostrum are clerks Emma and Heather to keep an eye on online bids, whilst Harriet is on porter duty.
I'm dead nervous.
It's time for Catherine's lots to begin.
This is real nice. It all came out of a very nice house.
Sell it, Angus, sell it.
Even if it was in Lancashire. There we go.
First up, a tray of Catherine's jewellery.
Very nice little mixed up.
Including the hat pins and Stanhope rosary beads.
I've got two commission bids on this, £32 wrap. At £32 it is now. £32, 32, 35, 38, 40.
The rosary beads are in this, so we just need a really generous Catholic.
£40 at 40, 42, 45 it is then at 45. Silver commission then at £45 I'm selling at 45.
Oh, be more.
368.
Oh, all right, okay. We'll let you off.
Okay.
It's a modest start. Next up is Catherine's beloved little clogs worn by child workers during the Industrial Revolution.
Oh, look at these.
You've got to
The little children's clogs. They're lovely Victorian ones. They're all iron shod. There we go. The clogs there. You're getting very excited, aren't you? I've got £30 bid. £30 at 30. £32. 32 it is then at 32, 32, 35, 35, 38, 40, 2, 5, 8, 50. 55 at 55 it is. At £55 for the pair of clogs. Anybody else love a pair of clogs? At £55, we're all done. They do 60, I'll do a dance. £55 it is then at 55. No, I'm selling then at 55, thank goodness. At 55. No, thank you.
Very good.
Next up is Catherine's Gladstone-style bag with 4 bowling balls, all the way from Australia.
Catherine, where's it from?
This was my granddad's, God rest his soul, and he purchased it in Tasmania.
Yeah, it was.
Tasmanian balls. There we go.
He's up there
At the
watching. No pressure.
on me. Where should be? £20 to get me going 4 bowls and the Gladstone bag at £20. 22 online at £22. 25, we're off now at 25 it is then at £25. Internet bidder, you'd really appreciate this one. At £25 it is then at 25. We're all done at £25 at £25 at 25. At 25, 8. 30. £30 it is then at 30. At £30 it is then at 30. At £30.
Thank you so much.
Bought by outdoor sales manager and keen bowler, Mark.
Thank you very much.
You can sit down now.
Next up is Catherine's vintage needlework book.
£30.
A silver salt cellar from her kitchen.
Selling that 25.
And a vase and bowl set.
£20 at 20. Lot 262, the white gold diamond pendant, there we go, necklace, very pretty piece. Modern, there we go, commission kicks us straight off. 150, 160, 170, 180, 185, 190, 190. At £190 it is then at 190. At £190, I'm selling then at £190. Yes! Thank you. 69. You're getting into this, are you?
Finally, it's the turn of Catherine's Charles Horner brooch, and Harriet's got a phone bidder on the line.
Lovely thing, got a lot of interest. 42, 45, 48, 48, 50, 55 on the phone, yes.
It's going off.
55, 65.
Yes.
75.
Oh, my word.
80.
Oh.
85, 85. I've got 100 on the net. 100 online at 100, at £100. At 100 it is then. Phones out at £100. Any advance now for the Charles on at 110 on the sale room now. £110. 120. Anywhere is it now for this lovely silver brooch? At 110, I'm selling that at £110.
Well done, Angus.
110. I've got a happy customer.
Auction over. It's time to find out how much Catherine has made today.
Hey up.
Hey up, you're right. How are you liking Yorkshire?
Oh, I love Yorkshire.
You want to move here permanently, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah. So, let's not beat around the bedpans. Oh, how have we done?
Well, I think you've done all right.
Okay.
I mean, you know, £533.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm really pleased with that.
Yay!
The brooch,
Yeah.
I think, was the star lot, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah, because you just picked that up, didn't you?
Literally, I think I paid about, I don't know, £20, £25 for
Yeah,
it.
but I was saying, oh, that's a while ago.
Yeah.
It's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, new
Absolutely
a career
brilliant.
blooming for you. I'm
I
tasting.
mean, do you know what? If it all goes wrong with the acting, I'm here.
I'm here before you.
Well, yes.
Because I've loved it. I've really enjoyed it.
Next week. The sale for me today was wonderful. Most of my items went for above the estimate price. The surprise was the Charles Horner brooch, because I would never have imagined it would go for £110. So I am thrilled to bits with that outcome.
I think overall we've had a good sale, and I think Catherine will be happy. You know, Catherine's grandfather's bowl set has made a good home, you know, from all the way in Tasmania to Lancashire to Yorkshire, and they're going to get played with in Kirby Moorside. Oh.